3.5 years living in England, 2 storage bins, turning into 6 boxes. And they finally arrived here in the UK. I really went into this day thinking that it was going to be very emotional and almost like devastating because it would be the final chapter of my life in the US. The child said that they wanted to be a part of it. So what happened when the boxes actually showed up? Well, everything showed up relatively intact. It was drawings, finger paintings, books, letters and notes from my daughter when she was young, pictures of trips that we took together as a family, pictures of trips that I took with my sister without anyone else, pictures of old partners that I forgot I had, pictures of old moments of my life that I either forgotten or never thought about, at least in a really long time. There was my Letterman jacket from high school, my diploma from high school, my graduation cap, my pom-poms from when I was a cheerleader that my sister stole and sent to me when I was away at college. All of the playbills of all of the shows that I saw in New York City on Broadway, but also all the local productions I went to, and all of the dance recitals that I performed in, my daughter performed in, all the shows she was in, old headshots of when I used to, audition for local shows and stuff in community theater. My partner's Manchester United memorabilia, a bunch of World Cup cards that he had saved, a signed picture of who he calls God, Eric Cantona, my signed Rangers jersey of my favorite player from when they won the Stanley Cup in 1994. At one point, I found this poem that my sister had written me, I think as a birthday present or something. And reading it, I'm getting a little emotional now, but I definitely got emotional reading that. Reminiscing as we were going through my daughter's baby boat, seeing the wedding pictures where almost everybody in them we don't talk to anymore. Seeing pictures of meeting like his friends and family for the first time, the very first time I came to England. It was a long afternoon. It was at least 4 hours of just sitting there and going through everything with my daughter and explaining things to her and sharing it with her. But ultimately, it was the best decision I could have ever made, because doing it with her put a different perspective on it for me. It gave me the strength and distraction to not focus so much on my grief and what I was losing, but more on showing her who I really am. The things that I've done, places I've been, the people I used to hang out with that used to be in and out of our lives, and the experiences I've had well before being called mom. It made the focus less on my loss and the closing of this chapter and forced me to look at it from a perspective of the future. What the future holds for me, what the future holds for her and our family, and the real reason why we moved to the UK. Not that any of those memories were awful. Most of the stuff was positive, and most of it was very nostalgic. I think it was exactly the release I needed. We were able to laugh, make fun of, reminisce, compliment each other, teach, and learn, and just be in a honest, real headspace without well, there are some tears that were shed, definitely, but without lamenting. And it was a nice closure. It was emotional and bittersweet, but not saddening and not overwhelming. And it was so cathartic. It was like it was exactly what I needed. It was like she knew exactly what I needed, the right way to end this chapter of my life, to end this portion of this journey. And what I thought was going to be like an emotional catastrophe that was going to break me completely down into a million pieces turned out to be an incredible afternoon bonding with the most important person in my life. We should have a lot more faith in our kids and trust them a lot more, especially if we're open and honest with them about what we're going through and what we're struggling with. Because I think that they're the strength that keeps us through, that brings us through all of these times. And geez, I'd be such a different person if I never had her in my life. I'm so grateful. So grateful to have had this opportunity to be a parent because it has completely changed me. I certainly wouldn't be here in England, I'll tell you that. I don't know what's going to happen from here, personally with my relationships with my mom, with anything or anybody back in the US. I mean, I'll just have to keep doing what I'm doing, focus on me and my little family and what we need and creating a future and keep moving forward from here. Hope I don't lose touch with my niece and nephews with every fiber of my being. I hope that I don't. But I do have a relationship with them right now. It's not exactly the relationship I wish I had or wanted, but it is a relationship. So I need to be grateful for that and focus on strengthening that. I think that in the end, that's the beauty of moving abroad or moving anywhere, really. It's just the new perspective it brings on life, on you, on yourself, on who you are, what you want. To realize life is not as hard as we make it most of the time. It's definitely a lot shorter than we want to admit to ourselves. And in reality, anything is possible if you have a good enough foundation. Anybody can be family, and any place can be home.